Yeah, it's hollow. It's not scientific, but...
I nearly started singing a song. You got to go backwards to go forward sometimes, and it kind of feels like that's where we've been in this project. So there was another gym there before, and the bones of the building are great, and the layout is fantastic. All, harbor facing, a lot of natural light, which is really unusual in Dubai. So actually quite a great space from that point of view. Literally, we can change the floor, we can do a paint job, change all the equipment, and that would have been that actually. We needed to service the saunas, fix the outside, but was a refurb, a real basic refurb, not a rebuild. Paint, flooring, equipment, even the cafe could have stayed. And then when I started to do the budgets, we did the first round of budgets on that. I secured the funding for that. And then we started. I secured the contractor. We got the quotes in place. We started the work. We created the vision boards. We then started the process. And then it started to shift in our minds a little bit from just a refurb to a little bit more than a refurb. Then we came to terms with it. Then we did the budget around a little bit more than a refurb. We're now in the kind of demolition phase where we're starting to break things out. You get to see the space more naked, but at the same time, you also get to see things being pulled apart. Change the bathrooms and then do those other things. So we weren't just going to just do a refurb in the bathrooms, we're going to change them totally. You kind of feel like you're getting further away from finishing. You're getting further away from, let's say, further away from starting. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. When you take an existing space and you redo it, there's a different emotional roller coaster you go through than if you take a brand new space or a shell and core, which has got nothing in it, because you start with nothing. And then every time you visit the space throughout the period of the design and the build out, you actually start to see it taking shape and coming to life. Whereas this, it hurts because you go the opposite way. You take something that's kind of got a lot of potential, but a bit tired. And then you destroy it and take it back to the beginning and then start again. And that's where we are right now. But when we started the work, actually, we started to uncover further challenges. I started to see more opportunities. I then started to get more confidence in the brand and what we were building, because as we were doing more and more development on the brand, the product, the strategy, and the concept itself, I got more confident. And what was happening in the market and the research I was doing and the global trends and all this longevity and wellness. We want to make sure we had enough space to do it. We want to make sure we delivered a big enough product that backed our science based training, our recovery and our wellness space is now taking up a lot of real estate within the club. We had to really level up. I don't think I need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. Just move it back so you give more space to the front. Course.
It's like a wasted space.
Yeah, wasted. It's just usually they did it for
this type of class. So
yeah.
So there's another wall that needs to come out.
Yeah, that's gypsum. That's easy to rip off. Yeah, but you can gain. I mean, this platform you can move it.
No platform. I want out.
Okay. Well.
It's all coming out, and then the machines all come here.
These machines you're gonna reuse? Or?
No. They're all going off on auction. All of this is going out on auction. It's not good enough for me. A Farid?
Yes, sir.
This back wall we're going to take out, okay? In the drawings, it's written as a little storeroom. It don't need it. We take it out.
Yeah, we took that out.
Okay.
We have taken that out already. Okay. We've given you
it's like a
consultations on the other side.
Yeah. Just processing ideas, working with the team, trying to also find the best solution. And as you start to unpack, you start to see more things that need to change. So, for example, you think you can leave an existing floor, but you still have to check the integrity of the floor. So you're removing and changing all of the previous fitness flooring, and then you notice there's damage or there's deterioration below. So you have to kind of strip it out even further. Then you have to rescreed.
We're demolishing this all the way to...
Yeah.
Yes, and then the treadmills and so on. Okay.
To here.
Another thing is we need from your side is the final layout of your machinery here, your equipment. Why? We need to shift floor boxes.
No, we're going to...
You will follow the same plan?
Sure.
Perfect.
What we found under here was fine. And even here, look, fine. But then this is your concern, and this is obviously here for some reason. It's fine.
Look, I'll explain to you what you see there is this damaged.
I got it.
It's the same. There's no issue with it at all when we came to check everything. If you hear it, it's empty. So if you're gonna put rubber and then put something on top, it's totally okay to work with it. We don't need to do
The only
anything
thing that you were worried about was that where it's damaged, you're going to have a misplacement of product. There's costs, of course, but cost is one thing, time is another. So just processing that at the moment with a lot of things has been quite challenging, but we're working through it. So we went from a refurb, we started to want to do a rebuild. I was fortunate enough as well at that time to form a new partnership, which I'll get into now, which then gave us the opportunity as well to see the brand even stronger in the whole portfolio in a global basis. So we made we made a decision to do a rebuild. It cost us an extra, could be 3 months, but maybe 2 months in the extra work. Yeah, we know we get through it. It's just keeping positive and motivated to deal with one thing at a time, deal with everything in its own silos. We're actually not adding any walls. The only thing we're doing is we're removing one wall. Obviously, the rooms are strategically being changed, but we're trying to leave everything, the structure in place without adding any new structure because we want to avoid having the fire department come back.
Of course, firefighting like that, you avoid them.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you really try and think about everything at once, you hit a stall mode, like that Apple sign comes up. You've got to be in a position where you've got to be able to put things into its compartments and deal with each situation one by one, because at the end of the day, you do have some wins and you've really got to take notice of that and enjoy it and, congratulate yourself and the team on the wins you've had. Could even be a certain follower number on Instagram. It could even be a certain number of likes. It could even be an agreement with an influencer. And then you come here and you get a lot of bad news.
You're having major problems coming towards the locker. If you go see all the walls, there's all water. Below that, I'm sure if you crack the floor, there will be a lot of water. Yeah, there should be proper waterproofing. You have a water issue.
Do you put it on top of this or you have to remove all this?
Well, it can be done by doing waterproofing above that and then the tiling, but we need to check the levels and everything.
Service shaft.
Well, most important, we need to know if there's the drainage or the water pipes, there is any cracks, there's any leakages in them. It needs all to be tested, checked, because there is a major water leakage below the floor, 100%. I can see them in the walls, penetrating into the other areas, all around the corridor. So from here, there's water leakage going outside.
Or the other way around, you're banging your head on so many other things, trying to finalize pricing, trying to finalize teams, trying to finalize software and websites and all of those beautiful things. And then you come here and there's a result, there's a win, there's a change, there's a bit of light, and you're starting to see something positive. So kind of the only thing I can say here is just step by step, day by day. It's like everything. It's like 1% better every day. But this is all coming out. So when you're asking the demolish, this is priority 1. This whole wall is priority 2.
See if you can get these guys to do one final sitting with them and tell them this is what I want to do. Yeah, I will be here with you, and you tell them this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. Finish it. I don't want to revise any more drawing because it's just gonna be a headache because we're all connected 3-way and it's just puck. Just one time finish everything. You know what I mean?
I'll arrange it.
And then we need to start. You can see they take long.
Yeah.
Well, we're not making changes, structural
Yeah.
changes. We're just joinery and flooring.
That's okay.
So we're in here now. That wall's come out. That door is going to the parking lot. But now it's starting to come together. Like the flooring is going in at the moment. The flooring should be finished inside the gym next week, Monday. It's starting to feel real, and now it's starting to feel worth it. And I'm so glad we made those decisions 3 months ago. I would have been disappointed now if we hadn't have done that. So I think that's a lesson as well for everybody, that you need to be happy with the decision you make at the time. I probably could have, if I'd have been okay making the decision of the refurb then, I wouldn't be bothered now, but I wasn't happy about it then because what I was trying to build. You got a quote to demolish this, eh? Maybe you want to remind yourself. This has got to come out. Do you want to get changed in here to get on the massage bed? Because it's quite nice having a window. So do we just put that light curtain in here so you can still see out?
But you have no space for a curtain unless we demolish this. And then you already have an existing curtain box. But we'll have to demolish this and make a new vanity. If we demolish this and make a new vanity, it's possible because you already have a curtain box.
But do we need such a big vanity for a massage?
No.
And what else would we use this for?
It's
You have some
useless.
storage for towels, maybe.
In my opinion, your sink should be here with the storage for the towels, and then your bed's here, and she has all the space to move around.
Okay. Okay, so can you do that for me?
Yes, and this water supply is already coming all the way from here.
And then you'll do the same next door.
You don't need a massage.
The reason I'm putting the water supply in there is if it goes like you say, people are going to want more massage, so then I need 2 massage. If somebody's thinking about getting in the industry, whether they want to invest in a business or whether they want to open it themselves, and they're looking at the options of a refurbishment, so taking over an existing space and refurbishing it, putting their own brand and concept in, or starting with a shell and core, as we call it, a blank space, and building. The difference between a shell and core and a rebuild. The rebuild has some bonuses, but majority of them are pretty negative. You'd only take a rebuild if the location was good, because you can't keep the members, because they just start rebuilding, the members go. So you can't count on that revenue. It's only because you desperately want the location, and this particular location, desperately wanted it. Desperately is the wrong word, but wanted it bad. Blank space, it's easier. It's easier because you can write, you get a clean sheet, and you can write exactly how you want the story to be, how big the rooms, where's the reception, how big is the reception, how the bathrooms designed, are the men and ladies lockers together, are they separate, where is the cafe, how big is the yoga studio, and how big is the cycle studio. You have that flexibility. A shell and core is, let's say there's a shopping center or a building, there's a space. It's just an empty concrete box. Sometimes it comes with AC, but most of the time it doesn't. It just comes with, when I say AC, it comes with lights and MEP work, so mechanical, engineering, and plumbing. Very few do. And if they do come with that, then you then have to start with an empty box and then build from there. And you have a lot of restrictions depending on shopping centers, depending on residential, not just on when operating hours, but when you're building, how many hours you can build. For example, here we're building, it's in a residential block. We can only do the work during certain times in the day. We can't work at night because of the noise. And we can't bring a lot of people on site because there's a limit of how many people we can bring in, so it doesn't become a building site. So you have to consider this as well when you're going into a new build. As we've had experience with this, we know what's coming at us, and we know we have to put everything into its silos, and the team deals with things one by one. When you take on a refurbishment, changing everything becomes so expensive because you've generally paid a premium for that space. So you have to consider what is the cost versus the two. And I've done quite a few refurbishments, and I've done quite a few rebuilds. And there's going to be surprises, like today. You come here, I've turned it around to show you a basic piece of flooring that's getting pulled up. These old tiles are being lifted, but we get a surprise. As you do, the surprise below is there's wood. So now I have to lift another layer of wood. Now we're concerned about the levels because I don't like steps in a gym. So now I won't have different levels in the gym, because what are we doing? We've got a gym product. So the product of the gym floor, which is behind me, has to be level and perfect. Otherwise, that's a problem for the customer, the experience. They don't even notice it half the time. When you talk about steps, levels, ledges, separations, but I'll notice it, and subconsciously they'll notice it, and that feeling will be there as they transition from different areas. Shouldn't feel like they're transitioning, it should feel like one solid area. So with this news I got around this particular piece of flooring, I have to screed the whole area.
You see it cracked.
There
you go, look.
But we should maybe have looked, yeah.
So it'll be the same.
But there was a lot of doubt. As much as a tall, skinny guy can do, there was a bit of downward force.
You see?
It's hollow. It's hollow.
Listen, it's lasted this long here with one layer. Now we're adding our layer on top.
You're okay.
If you're not going to have anybody dropping weights in this area, then I think you're okay.
Well, look, you always have...
Okay, this is the so there are plate loaded in these.
There's
these
mixed,
areas.
it's mixed.
Mixed plate loaded and selectivized.
I think you'll be okay here.
But it's not dumbbells and it's not squat racks are here. It's not... And people don't generally drop them because they hurt themselves. It's going to irritate me and aggravate me for the years to come because it's a shortcut on product. So tiny little chips away. It's just like they say 1% a day improvement is massive success of 33% compounded over time. What happens the other way? It has a much bigger effect. And most importantly, I'll know. And I'll know that beneath that surface and beneath that layer, we are not in a good space. And potentially there has to be some changes later. Potentially, my members might not have a smooth experience. So the decision was very simple. We're going to change it, we're going to level it, and we're going to go through the delays and the pain to do it. So today is a circle of trust, okay? Like, this is the other point, Omar. Like, we're here today, and the reality is, we pull the scab off, the worst of the worst comes out, whatever we're concerned about, we solve today. Whatever the problem is, we'll figure out a solution. Like, we've got no option here. So we don't need to hold back. We make it nice and clean of what's going to work. Then this comes out. This mirror can come off because here is the stairs. You can stop filming now. You don't compromise on your product when you do a new build versus a refurbishment. And when you move out, at the end of your lease, it's your responsibility as a tenant to take it back to shell and core. You have to strip everything out, which also costs money. So a lot of people at the end of their contract, they try and sell it to somebody else if they don't want to carry on. And that's where an opportunity comes up, which you can consider taking over from someone who's ending their contract, but they're then back to, is it a refurb or a rebuild?